Welcome back for part 2 of Module 8, Lesson 2, where we're continuing our study of the area of a triangle. Now we're going to look at something really cool here with our web sketch pad. We're going to take some triangles where we're going to have the height and the base be the same, but we're going to draw different types of triangles. Now we've played with triangles that look like this, where you have a clear height and a clear base. But what if our triangle looked like that? What would that end up doing to the area? To find out, we're going to skip up ahead here and we're going to do some of those problems. Now you can see we've got our measurements here of the height and the base going on, and we can take, and it doesn't matter how I take and slide this thing, the height and the base remain the same. So even though I'm way over here to get my height is still going to be 6.67 centimeters, and this can make the area be the same. It doesn't matter how your triangles are laid out, the height is always going to be the perpendicular distance from the base to the opposite vertex. So let's use our newfound knowledge to solve this problem. In this triangle, they've given us a height, kind of a cattywampus looking triangle, but it's still a height, and they've given us the area. What they've not given us is the base, and they want us to find the base. And we're going to do this by isolating our variable, of course. Now, let's see how the textbook laid theirs out, and then I might have to rework it for you my way. So what values are given to us? The height and the area. And what do we need to find? We need to find the base. Those checked. From here, we're going to say to find the missing dimensions of the triangle, use the formula for the area of the triangle to replace the variables with the known measurements, and then solve the equation for the unknown. So we got the formula that they chose to use, which is area equals 1/2 times the base times the height. From there, they're going to take and plug in the area we know is 24.8. and the height we know is going to be 6.2. That's going to check. And from there, what are they going to do? They're going to take and, wow, what did they just do? All right, let's take a break and show you how they're showing their work, and then we will go back and do it the way I would have chose to do this one. So we're going to jump over here, pick up where they left off. And what they did here is they took and multiplied both sides by 2 to get rid of this fraction. So they ended up getting 24.8 times 2 is equal to 1/2 times 2 over 1 times the base. Actually, they didn't have it listed that way. Times the base times the height of 6.2. These divided each other out, and then you'd multiply 24.8 times 2, and that's going to give you 49.6 is equal to your base times your 6.2. Now you have to undo your multiplication and division by dividing the 6.2 on both sides. These divide out becoming 1. 1 times the base is a base. And to save you a little bit of time on a video, we're just going to do it like this. 4.6 divided by 6.2. And that's going to give us a final answer that the base is equal to 8. We'll jump back over to our problem here and plug in the 8 for the base. And it's going to check. Now that's one way of showing the work, but that's not the only way of showing the work. If it was me doing it, I would have done a different formula. I would have done the formula, area is equal to base times height divided by 2. Area is equal, we know the area here is going to be equal to the 24.8. Base we don't know. The height is going to be your 6.2. Let's make that look a little more like a 6 there. 6.2 divided by 2. And then I would have multiplied both sides by a 2 to get that 2 out of the denominator. 24.8 times 2 is equal to base times 6.2 divided by 2 times 2, with these dividing out becoming 1. And that would have put me at the 49.6 is equal to the base times 6.2. At that point, we're the same as we had right here, and I would have worked it the same way the rest of the way through the problem. Now it's your turn. Pause the video and solve this problem where they give you a base and they give you an area and they want you to find the height. How did it go for you? For me, I'm going to take and start off with my preferred formula here, which is going to be area is equal to base times height divided by 2. And then I'm going to plug in what I know. I know that my area is going to be 72. I know that my base is going to be 12.5. I know that my height is what I'm looking for, and I've got divided by 2 there. Then I'm going to undo the divided by 2 by multiplying 2 on both sides. So that's going to give me 72 times 2 is equal to 12.5 times the height divided by 2 times 2. These 2's divide each other out, and that's going to leave me with, let's see, 144 is equal to 12.5 times the height. Now we have to undo multiplication and division by dividing your 12.5 on both sides. These divide out becoming 1. 1 times the height is the height, and then 144 divided by 12.5. Let's see here, 144 divided by 12.5. That's going to leave us with a final answer that the height is going to be 11.52, and that's going to be yards. Jump back over to our problem, type in our 11.52, check the answer, and it checks. Now I would like to show you another way. Just put it in your little toolbox here. It doesn't work really good for this problem, but it would work good for some other versions of it. So I'm going to take and pick up, whoops, that's not how I wanted to do it. I'm going to pick up from right here. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to take and paste that over here. And I'm just going to start over again from that point. And instead of working it the way I showed you, I'm going to leave that 72 alone, and I'm going to divide 12.5 by 2, which is going to give me 6.25 times the height. All I did is divide these two numbers right here, and that gave me that number right there. From there, you treat it just like an equation from divide by 6.25 on both sides. These divide out becoming 1. 1 times the height is the height. And when you divide that other number out, you get the same 11.52 that you would have got the other way. Two different ways to skin the cat. Now it's time for you to get started on your homework. Please give me good high quality supporting work so I can give you a good high quality grade to go with it.